Now, number 4 Ocean Avenue, Salem, is probably not an address you know, but if I was to do that and show you that, you probably recognise that house as being the actual Hocus Pocus house. That's where Will and Danny lived. There was Will's bedroom away up there, you remember the tower? And that's where the Sanderson sisters kidnapped Danny, right there. And what you didn't see in the film was this incredible view right at the back of it. Look at that, beautiful. In Hocus Pocus, this was Alison's house. You may remember it was all decked up for Halloween with all the decorations here outside. The Sanderson sisters, of course, left their broomstick against that fence. The house was built in the 1700s. It's called the Rope Mansion now, and you can actually, it's closed at the moment, but it is open for visits. But it's not just Hocus Pocus. Salem has been the set for countless Halloween and horror movies over the years, and it's all because of the 1692 Salem witch trials, where 20 innocent women were hung having been accused of witchcraft. You can learn all about it here at the Salem Witch Museum and find out what really happened and what started it all off. Then over at the Salem Witch House I got to visit as well. This is the last remaining house anywhere in Salem with direct links back to the trial. In fact, the judge who sent those women to hang lived here, Jonathan Corner, at the Salem Witch House. And then a short distance away at the Salem Memorial Garden, you can visit the 20 stones which have been etched with the name of each of the so-called witches, along with their method of death and the year they were executed. And people pay their respects in all kinds of weird ways here at the Salem Witch Memorial Garden. Essex Street in Salem, Massachusetts, the home of one of the biggest Halloween celebrations anywhere in the world. 70,000 people ram into this street behind me on Halloween night, and that's double the entire size of the population who live here. This entire road here is full of witch and ghost themed attractions and museums and gift shops. It's really very quirky and completely unique.
Torturing devices, this is how they work. In Puritan days, they took religious extremely serious. A sermon could last from 4 to 6 hours. Should you fall asleep during that sermon, they put you in one of these things.
I've been in some dodgy shopping centres in my time back home. This has to be one of the creepiest shopping centres ever. This is called the Witch City Mall, and it's in the middle of Salem, but it's actually empty. It's dead, if you'll pardon the pun, and all the shops are witch and ghost and monster and ghoulie themed. It's really, really odd. Well, if you're ever thinking of visiting Salem, I'm going to dare you to do it around Halloween time. This place would be incredible at Halloween. The nearest major airport's Boston. From there, Salem's around 30 minutes north. That's probably where you're going to fly into then. And it's not just all about the occult and the paranormal in Salem. There's beautiful beaches here, and it's famous for other big things as well. For example, it was the first place a telephone call ever happened. Alexandra Bell lived here and invented the telephone in the 1800s. It's also where some very famous board games were invented. Monopoly was invented right here in Salem, and maybe not as surprisingly, the Ouija board was created and developed right here in Salem as well. And of course, it's currently going to be back on the radar again later this year, because at the end of September, Disney drop onto Disney Plus Hocus Pocus 2, the sequel, and the Sanderson sisters right back here in Salem at the end of September.